Welcome back to the Build Beyond podcast. This episode is perfect for you if you were the type of person who lacks time. So maybe you're the person who doesn't make it to the gym very often, or doesn't get your steps in, or has trouble meal prepping, or just in general, you are not reaching your goals and you think the primary thing getting in your way from reaching your goals is your schedule, a lack of time. So this podcast exists, Build Beyond as a company exists to challenge and guide you so that you can reach your full potential. So today in this episode, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to offer you a challenge, and then I'm going to guide you through that challenge. And the idea is to help you, give you something realistic that will fit within a tight schedule, to help you reach your full potential. Because I will argue, if you are not physically active, or you're not close to meeting physical activity guidelines, you're not moving your body, it's almost impossible to reach your full potential. And even if you are physically active and you're moving, if you're weak, if you're physically weak, I don't think you're even close to reaching your full potential. So what we're going to talk about today is a way that you can get in some strength training and some cardio with a busy schedule without a gym. Now, I will argue that, and this is not really an argument, it's just a fact, you cannot strength train independent of your heart. So people have this idea in their head, either you're strength training or you're doing cardio. You can do cardio and not get stronger. You can't do good quality strength training without improving your cardio. Because if you are moving your muscles and your joints and your bones, guess what's going to happen? Your muscles are going to need resources. Those resources come through the blood, so your heart rate goes up, your breathing goes up, cardiovascular benefit. So if you have limited time and you're looking for the most bang for your buck, strength training is the way to go. That's my opinion. I think I can back that up. But if you're willing to come along on this journey with me today, I'm going to show you how you can do this. So I'm going to give you a scenario. This is a true scenario. It is about 1:00 on, it's a Monday. One of my kids, my son, he had a snow day today, and my daughter woke up with a fever. So we decided that I was the one who was going to take off work. So I had to offload one kid. Luckily, there's other kids out there who have snow days, and we've got some grandparents around. So I was able to get him out the door doing different things. And then I've been at home with a sick 3-year-old. She's taking a nap right now. Today, I had a lot of stuff that I was supposed to do. So in addition to working a full-time job, I had a workout planned. So based on my tight schedule, I have started to build in dedicated time for physical fitness. And today was one of my days when I was supposed to hit the gym, and that's definitely not going to happen. I don't really want to miss out on that. So early in the morning, I decided what I was going to do is I'm going to knock out push-ups all day. So it's 1:00. I think I'm at 90 push-ups right now. So I will probably cap out today at probably like 150 to 200. I'm not particularly energized or excited about it. So I'm knocking out sets of 10 to 15. It doesn't take very long. And that's the challenge to you. So this is an interesting thing. Imagine you're someone who doesn't have time because maybe you're a stay-at-home parent. You're stuck at home like I am. Or maybe you just got a busy job, whatever it is. And you think, man, I know my life would be better. I would be closer to reaching my full potential if I could build in routine strength training. You're probably also one of those people who would think, man, it'd be really cool to be able to do push-ups, to be really good at push-ups. Now, I'm going to throw something on there to sweeten the deal even more. Heart disease right now is a big problem in the United States. I've read that it's the number one killer at this point. I'm not sure how true that is, but it's up there. It's a problem. I also read a study a while ago. Someone had sent it to me or talked to me about it. It was it was in men, I forget the age range. If for guys who could do 40 or more push-ups in a row, their risk for heart disease statistically, I think, plummeted to something that was, it wasn't even an issue anymore. Now, I think the underlying probably truth behind that is that the strength of your pec muscles has nothing to do technically with your ability to not have a heart attack. But doing 40 push-ups is tough. So the gaining that ability would require a lot of work over a long period of time. So it's routine strength training. And people who are doing that kind of strength training are probably making better meal choices. So I can't say just getting a lot of push-ups or getting good at bench press is going to prevent you from having a heart attack, but it's more of the lifestyle that it would take to get that. So if you are a human, then you are probably concerned with not having a heart attack. That would be terrible. So can you do 40 push-ups in a row? That's the question. If you can, you're probably not listening to this anymore, or you've already got the habits built in. If you can't, I would imagine there are a lot of people listening to this that can't legitimately do 10 good push-ups. There might even be people here who can't do one solid push-up. I'm not talking about on your knees. I'm just like a standard push-up. Toes, hands, all the way down, all chest to ground, all the way back up, elbows lock out. So here's an interesting challenge for you. Imagine this. Imagine a scenario where you got motivated and committed and you did 100 push-ups a day for a year and you never missed a day. So what is that? 36,500 push-ups. That's a lot. And now you might say, well, I can't do one good push-up. How am I supposed to do 36,500 push-ups? Well, you do a modification. So if you're going to do, let's say you make the commitment to doing 100 reps a day, and you think you could do 10 sets of 10. And maybe you're going to start off leaning against your kitchen counter or your dining room table or your bathroom counter or your work desk or the back of your couch. So you'll do some type of incline push-up. Maybe you're against the wall. Well, if you do that enough, after a couple months, whatever you're leaning on, in order to get the benefit out of it, you're either going to have to jack up the rep count, or if you want to keep the rep count at 100, you're going to have to go to a lower height, and eventually you'll work your way down. So I would be willing to bet if you're someone who can't do one push-up, like a really good push-up, if you committed to this, by the end of a year, you would definitely be able to do one good push-up. I mean, definitely, that's strong. I'd be willing to bet money, though, my own money, that you could, if you stuck to it. If you got that kind of volume and you had that kind of consistency, that'd be amazing. Now, the likelihood, even if you commit to this, that you actually get 365 days in a row with 100 push-ups is very low. And that has nothing to do with you. Just life gets in the way. So maybe you commit to it and you don't do it perfectly. So you don't get 36,500 push-ups. What if you get 30,000 push-ups? What if you get 3,000 push-ups? It's probably exponentially more than you're doing right now. So you think about the way you are right now, health, fitness, strength, the way you look, the way you feel. What is the version of you who's waiting for you on the other side of 36,500 push-ups? What does that person look like, feel like, act like? That should get you excited, especially if you don't do a lot of push-ups. And that is totally available to you. It costs no money. It essentially takes no time. It's a very low energy cost. You're going to be sore for a while, a lot. But man, it's doable and it's free and you don't really need any guidance. So I am challenging you right now. If you're still listening to this and you're someone who says, I don't have time, but I know I need to make the change, and you start thinking about those changes, and now you're wondering, the little hamster wheel in your brain is turning and you're thinking, what am I going to look like and feel like and be like on the other side of 36,500 push-ups? Well, let's find out. That's the challenge. The guidance that you need is do whatever modification you need to make that volume happen, and then progressively make it harder until you're doing actual push-ups. And if you get to the other side of 36,500 push-ups and you're still not knocking out sets of 10 at a regular, like, real push-up, who cares? Look at the volume you did. Look at the commitment. You could translate that commitment and that strength and that conditioning to anything else. And in addition to decreasing your risk for heart disease, guess what else you will have done? You will have decreased your risk for type 2 diabetes, some kinds of cancer, Alzheimer's, and dementia. You will have affected your immune system. You'll put on a lot of lean muscle mass that you would not have otherwise done, because if you don't strength train, you don't have access to that. So you're going to slow the effects of aging. You're going to look different. You're going to feel different. You'll have more energy. You'll probably be sleeping better. It's probably going to affect your mood in positive ways, because physical activity and strength training happens to do that for a lot of reasons that have to do with the neurochemical stuff in your brain. So dopamine and serotonin and all that good stuff. So the little pharmacy that actually exists inside your body that you can tap into. But in addition to that, it's just, you'll feel good about yourself because you're doing something for yourself. You're making that commitment. You're taking control. So there's that. It's just going to make your life better. And it's free. It's free and you can do it. So as I said before, Build Beyond as a company, we exist. The why I'm doing this. Why do I do these podcasts? Why do I have a clinical practice? We challenge and guide people so that you can reach your full potential. If you're not strength training consistently, you're not even getting close to reaching your full potential. And if time is that huge hurdle, and that's what you're telling yourself, I don't have time. Well, there is time. And if you're saying 100 is too much, break it down to 50. Make it 10. 10 push-ups a day for 365 days. If you're not doing it, it's still exponentially better. So that is the challenge. There's your guidance. I would be very interested to meet you and talk to you and hear your story on the other side of 36,500 push-ups. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to know what it feels like. I'd love to know about the changes. So if that's something that interests you and you're interested in that challenge and you need a little bit more guidance, message me. Shoot me a DM me, shoot me an email, call me, text me, find me. I'll help you in any way that I can. And I would be really excited to talk to you after 36,500 push-ups, because I think it'll be worthwhile. This is, I think, the definition of overwhelming a problem with an excellent solution. You will change. You will learn things. You'll be healthier. You'll be fitter. You'll be happier. And it's free. So for what it's worth, I hope this is helpful. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you guys later.